Okay, so today is December 17th and it's 12:30 in the afternoon. As you can see, my account has slightly over $17,000 in it, which is the amount of money that I've managed to make during the past 2 weeks. Okay, let me summarize the system. It works by following the steps shown below and by following a simple set of rules. First, check the Trader Insight tool. As you can see, 60% of traders at this moment are saying the Euro USD is going to go up, so I'm going to go with the majority and make my trade using the above button. I'm going to start with a $12 trade, and if it comes in, I'll open up another $12 trade until I possibly lose a trade. Now, once I eventually lose, I won't panic. I'll simply start increasing the value of my trades incrementally according to the numbers shown below this video. You start with a $12 trade, then $28, then $70, and finally $150. By then, the odds should be completely in your favor since you've been consistently trading in the same direction as the majority of traders according to the Trader Insight tool. Okay, I'm going to pause the video now for a bit just until this trade expires so you don't have to sit here for another 13 minutes. I'll be back with you when this trade expires. Alright, we're back and it's now 1 o'clock and this trade is expiring. Perfect. I've managed to get that $21.72 return, which means that this is a successful trade. If you look at my balance, it's just updating itself now, and the money is being added to my account as we speak. Click on My Trades for a moment so you can see the time I opened the trade, the trade rate when it opened, and the rate at the time of expiry, and it all resulted in a profit of $9.72 for this trade. Now, since this was a successful trade, I've already clicked back to the Trade tab. I'm going to click on Currencies. I'm going to click on Euro USD. I'm going to look in the Trader Insight tool. 60% of traders are saying the Euro USD is going to go up, and then I'm quickly going to open up another $12 trade. Remember, I won the previous trade, so I'm back at step 1, a process I'll continue until I eventually lose a trade. So the trade is open, and it's set to expire at 1:30. I'll pause the video again for a bit, and I'll be back with you as soon as this trade expires. Okay, so this trade is now expiring, and it looks like it's another successful trade, which is fine. This means we're going to go back again to step 1 until we lose a trade. Now, sometimes I can spend hours just on this one step, which can actually get a little boring at times. But hey, as long as I make a profit, it's fine. So my balance is updating again, and as you can see, we're heading in the right direction, but this is just the beginning. I'm going to click on My Trades up here and show you my 2 winning trades. And as you can see, we're in the black with an additional $20. Now, that's not a lot of money, I know, but remember, this is just the beginning here. So I'm going to go back to the Trade tab. I'm going to click Currencies, select Euro USD. So I'm going to look at the Trader Insight tool. 60% of traders are saying the Euro USD is going to go up. So I'm going to go back again to step 1 by opening up another $12 trade. Right, so I'm just going to click OK, and we're going to be off. Now, I've now opened the trade, and this trade's going to expire at 2 o'clock, and again, I don't want you to get bored, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back with you right around 2 o'clock. Okay, we're back, and this trade is now expiring. Let's just click the My Trades to see the result of the trade. Now, here's my most recent trade, and if we look at the profit column over here on the right, okay, it looks like this trade didn't come in, and that's fine because it just means that I'll now get to move on to the next step. Again, the 1 or 2 trades I lose here and there, they're not going to bother me. I'm going to continue sticking to my strategy, and I'm not going to let my emotions interfere with my trading. So the $12 trade didn't come in, which means the next step is a $28 trade. I'm going to choose Euro USD. I'm going to look at the Trader Insight chart. 64% of traders are saying that it's going to go up. So then I'm going to click above and enter into the $28 trade with a possible return of $50.68. That means if I win this trade, I'll make a $22.68 profit, and that'll be enough to cover the loss from my previous trade and make a little money on top of that as well. Now I'm going to pause the video again, and I'll be back with you when this trade expires. Alright, this trade's now expiring, and again, it looks like this trade is a winner. Now, notice that even when I win, I stay completely calm. I do this every day, so I know what to expect already, but this is also an important part of this strategy. Now, the fact that I won or lost another trade doesn't make me change my plans all of a sudden. If I lose, it simply means my next trade will be for $70, and that's enough to cover the loss of the last 2 trades and make money on top of that as well. As long as I keep working according to the Trader in Pajamas strategy, my odds will improve. So you can see my latest trade for $28 right here, and in total, this trade brought me a profit of $22.68, which is enough to cover that $12 loss from my previous trade and make me a $10.68 profit on top of that. I'm going to click on Trade again. Click the Currencies tab, select Euro USD. I'm going to look at the Trader Insight, and what I see there is that 60% of traders are saying the Euro USD is going to go up. So I'm going to click the Above button and open a $12 trade. Then I'm going to click the orange Trade button. Now I really do hope this trade is unsuccessful because I really want to progress through the steps in my system and show you what happens next. But again, we're trading along with the majority, and it's not often that the majority is wrong. Okay, let me pause the video now and come back once this trade expires. And we're back, and it looks like this trade was successful as well, which is actually a shame because I wanted to finally show you the next step. So, as you've no doubt noticed, I'm winning most of my trades, which is reasonable given that I'm trading in the same direction as the majority of traders by following the information provided by the Trader Insight tool. And if you stop to think about it for a second, it makes total sense. The traders have done all the hard work for me. They're getting an early start every day to read the financial news, analyze graphs, receive insider tips, and basically do their trading homework. And me? Well, I'm just sitting here waiting for them to make a decision, and then I go with the majority. So the Trader Insight tool works, well, similar to the like button on a social network like Facebook. You want to choose to trade something that has been liked by the most people in your network. But as you've also already seen, that doesn't mean the Trader Insight tool will always lead you in the right direction. And that's why my system also includes a risk management strategy to protect against losses in the long run. By carefully sticking to the numbers that I use in my system, I'm able to cover my losses if they happen. So even if I lose a trade here or there, it doesn't really matter because what I'm always looking at is the bigger picture, meaning my balance at the end of the month. This balance is what I cash out each and every month, and it's what makes the fantastic lifestyle I'm living possible. So, back to step one again with the Trade tab here. We're going to click the Currencies tab. We're going to select Euro USD. We're going to look at the Trader Insight and see that 59% of traders are saying Euro USD is going to go up. And so, we're going to click the Above button. We're going to open a $12 trade. Then we're going to click the orange Trade button, and then we're going to click OK. Now this trade will result in a return of $21.72 if it's successful, which will mean another profit of $9.72. However, if the trade's not successful, we'll move on to the next step and we'll make a $28 trade. I'll be right back in 15 minutes when this trade expires. Alright, our $12 trade's expiring now, and it looks like it was unsuccessful. So let's click on My Trades to see the details. Here's the trade at the top of the list, and if we look across to the right-hand side, we see the trade lost, and it's time to quickly move on to step 2. We're going to head back to the Trade tab. We're going to click the Currencies tab, select Euro USD, click the Above button, and we're going to open a $28 trade. Speed is essential here. We want to trade in the same direction as before, as fast as possible, so that way we catch the currency fluctuation just right. I'll be back when this trade expires. Alright, here we are. Our $28 trade's expiring, and it looks like it was not successful. So we'll just continue on to the next step, which is a $70 trade. Let's just click up here on My Trades. We'll confirm the details before we move on. Yep, you can see this was an unsuccessful trade here, which simply means I'm moving on to the next step, a $70 trade exactly as I've planned. I'm not getting worried because I lost that trade. I simply stick to my strategy. Okay, I'm going to click back over to the Trade tab, and we're going to keep going. Alright, let's select Euro USD. We see that 59% of traders are saying the value will go up. So we're going to click the Above button, and we're going to open a $70 trade. $70 trade means we're going to cover our losses from the $12 and $28 trades and still make an overall profit. Now, usually that would be it for this cycle because I'm always trading along with the majority of traders, and you've already witnessed the odds of trading in the same direction as the majority. Now, I don't usually get to show the next trade, but I'm really hoping this trade won't be successful so that you can see every complete step in my system. I tried a few times, as you saw earlier, but if this trade is successful, I'll simply wrap up this video for today, and we'll try again another day. I'm going to pause the video now, and let's hope that we get to see the next step. Okay, the trade's about to expire. Will we get to see the next and final step? Fantastic! It looks like this is a losing trade after all, and that's great. Now, notice I'm not letting a loss here and there affect my focus. Losing trades is just a part of the daily routine. As long as I manage my investments correctly, and as long as I consistently trade with the majority of traders, I've really got nothing to worry about except the bigger picture, my account balance at the end of the month. And really, if you think about it, this is the same attitude that you would apply to any other online business. So all I have to do now is continue on to the next step, which is a great opportunity to make a big overall profit. Now remember, for this to be an unsuccessful trade, the majority of traders would have to be wrong 4 times in a row, so the odds should really be in my favor now. Okay, so let's get ready to make that $150 trade, and if you're beginning to understand my strategy by now, you already know this trade will cover all of our losses up to this point, and add a big bonus profit on top of that. Alright, so let's head back to the Trade tab again. We'll select Currencies, then Euro USD. We'll check the Trader's Insight tool. 51% of traders are saying the value will go up. So we'll click the Above button and we'll open a $150 trade. Again, remember that speed is important here. Now at this point, I do expect this trade to be a successful one, as I've been consistent all the way through the steps in my system by trading in the same direction as the majority of traders and keeping the odds in my favor by following exactly what they do. So let me stop the video now, and I'll be back with you once this trade is expired. Alright, our $150 trade is going to expire in just a moment here. Excellent. As expected, we've gotten that big return of $271.50, and this puts us right back in the black. To review the results, click My Trades as usual. See my balance updating there? On the results page here, our $150 trade appears on the first line, and you can see that big green number here showing our profit for this trade is $121.50. Let's stop for a second and review the complete trading cycle up to this point. We won a $12 trade, and then we won another $12 trade. Then we finally lost a $12 trade, so we immediately moved on to the next step and made a $28 trade. And that trade was successful, so we went back to step 1, we won another $12 trade. But then we had 3 unsuccessful trades in a row, which we had to compensate for. But instead of panicking, we simply stuck to the rules of the system. We made that final $150 trade and waited patiently until it finally came in with a staggering $121.50 profit, which covered all of our losses and brought us right back into the black with a balance of $17,181.42. Now, and here comes the really fun part. What would you say if I added another 0 onto the end of each of these trades? Make the $12 trade a $120 trade, and make the $28 trade a $280 trade, and so on. Now think of the amazing profits I could be making just by adding another 0 onto the end. Adding a 0 means that my hourly income will increase, even though I'm essentially doing exactly the same thing and following exactly the same system as you've just seen. So are you starting to see the potential now? Look, let me show you what I mean by demonstrating what a significant difference adding a 0 to this strategy can make. So, and this is important for me to emphasize, nothing has changed with the strategy except I'm adding a 0 to each amount. So let's check the Trader Insight tool. It looks like 63% of traders are saying the Euro USD is going to go up. So I'm going to go with the majority. We'll click Above. I'm going to type 120. Click Trade. Hit OK, and we're all set. Now, did you notice that the amount of time and effort for this trade is exactly the same as before? Nothing is different except the amount of profit I can generate. Now, let's wait for this one to expire. And it looks like this $120 trade is a winner with a return of $217.20 and a profit of $97.20 in just 30 minutes. You can see my account balance flashing up top here as this amount is added. Now let's click here to review the details of this trade to see how it compares. Notice how I put the exact same amount of time and energy into this trade, but I increased my profit significantly by adding a 0 onto each trade. So this will be my last trade for